Welcome to Jaze Oracle. I'm your host, Jaze Oracle. Let's get started. What is the astrological weather for Taurus for the third week of November 2024? For Taurus, the astrological weather during the third week of November 2024 encourages attention to career, financial responsibility, and personal relationships. Career and growth. Saturn's influence in your 10th house highlights dedication and consistency in your work. This could be a favorable time to gain recognition or even secure a promotion. Business endeavors also look promising, especially with potential partnerships and strategic efforts being beneficial. Financial caution. While your career shows growth, Jupiter's position suggests a rise in expenses. It's essential to manage your finances carefully, as savings might prove challenging during this period. Relationships and personal life. This week might bring some friction in personal relationships, including with family and loved ones. Stress and arguments are possible, so focusing on clear communication and stress management through activities like meditation is advised. Health awareness. Be mindful of physical health, Taurus, particularly issues related to back pain or heat-related concerns. Taking proactive care of your well-being will be crucial to stay balanced through any challenges this week. Overall, while there are opportunities for professional success, maintaining balance in personal and financial matters will require conscious effort. Okay, Taurus. So, take a good look here. This is the 7-day reading for the third week of November 2024. And for day one, you got the Six of Cups, which signifies nostalgia and happy memories of time gone by. This card refers to a sentimental remembrance of things past. These pleasant and comforting memories can be used to better your future, Taurus, to build on. Knowing that you have been happy in the past will enhance your ability to be happy in the future. You are experiencing some feelings that are connected to your past, Taurus, that will shed light on your future. You are feeling calm and collected about past events, putting them into perspective, and beginning to understand how they can engender fruition in the present, a future renewal. And the root energy for the first day, the Six of Cups, is the Ace of Wands, which indicates the beginning of an enterprise, usually involving business, the arts, or finance. It shows that you have planted the seeds for a new birth, possibly a creative or money-making idea. You are now free from restraints that have hampered you in the past, enabling you to express yourself successfully, take on a new role, or forge a new identity through your work. So on the very first day of the week, you have some pretty good cards here, Taurus. You're definitely reminiscing and looking back at the past and exploring feelings of nostalgia that bring you happiness. And that is definitely that new idea that is sort of at the root here is, I think, what's producing this nostalgic feeling. So I think a really good idea is going to come out of these explorations. And the next card, which is the card for day two, you got the Page of Wands, which shows a youth generally facing sideways and holding a tall staff before him with both hands perhaps leaning on it. His attitude is expectant but casual. Some contemporary decks depict the page as a girl or an androgynous figure. The Page of Wands represents a message of importance to your current project or situation, usually affecting work, although it may be of a social nature. The information is positive. If the card represents a person in your life, it could be a younger relative or friend, an apprentice, student, or assistant. This page is an enthusiastic adventurer and may be interested in international travel, foreign cultures and people, the arts, or philosophic projects. And the root energy for the card for day 2 is the Three of Pentacles, which is the card of craftsman, someone who has already developed skill in a profession or trade. It's time to turn these skills to profit, Taurus, and success is assured. The Three of Pentacles usually shows you are planning and conferring about a future action, such as cooperating in a business venture. You are acquiring marketable skills, Taurus, preparing yourself for action in the world. You might be a recent graduate or have gone back to school to upgrade your skills or change your career. You are enterprising and may be interested in some particular area of commerce or a specific trade or business. You can anticipate a rise in prestige and earnings. This card can also indicate a payback period when you demonstrate your abilities and begin to reap the rewards of your efforts. Or you could receive money that's owed to you. So it's quite possible that you might be getting some money. That's great. And this is the root energy. So this is a craftsman type of energy, and also a collaboration type of energy. So that is feeding into the Page of Wands energy, which is sort of an inspiration and a passionate idea. So there's a message there, I think, that might be arriving on day 2. On day 3, you have the Seven of Cups, which signifies a time of great creative potential, along with the energy to make use of it. Many options are available to you, Taurus. The difficulty is in choosing the right one. This card is about fantasy and imagination. You are looking at a number of possibilities now, too many to make an easy choice. With so many choices, you are living out different roles in your imagination, but having a hard time deciding which to manifest in reality. And the root card for day 3 is the Emperor. When the Emperor appears in a reading, look for issues related to authority. The Emperor is a teacher figure, and what he teaches is the meaning of power and how to use it in this world. The Emperor in a reading can also indicate issues concerning one's biological father or authority figures in general. The Emperor often appears when the person is struggling to achieve personal independence, to overcome the inner parent tapes, to become his own person. The Emperor says that one must, often late in life, come to terms with what father means in his life and reconcile related issues. When the Emperor appears, he can be an indication that the individual's real father has either recently died or may die soon, a situation that can bring up feelings of being abandoned by a protective father figure. This is an indication that you are involved with the established order or with someone who represents the establishment. You may have a need to identify with a powerful group, whether religious, ideological, intellectual, economic, or political, to be one of them. Or you may be associating with someone else who has this need. What I think is this is the energy, this is your energy that's at the root here, and you are becoming the Emperor. And that Emperor force that's coming up and building up and coming out of you, it wants you to make a choice. So on day 3, you need to make a choice, and you need to tune into that authority figure deep inside you, Taurus, to make the right choice. On day 4, Taurus, you got the Empress. When the Empress appears, a strong feminine energy is at work. As a mother figure and representative of the traditional female role, the Empress is a creative force that works for harmony. The Empress also refers to the person's emotional and physical resources for nurturing, healing, feeding, and supporting other people. You are in a position of nurturing someone else or several others. This could be caring for children or the sick, or being supportive of a spouse or friend in need. This card could also refer to a pregnancy or the desire for a pregnancy. It is appropriate for you to be nurturing now, for you have the inner strength and the ability to do so without harming or depleting yourself. So yeah, you could be nurturing someone else, which is quite possible, but you also could be nurturing yourself. So that's good though. The Empress is very fertile. And the root card for day 4 is the 8 of Pentacles, which is a card of craftsmanship and conscientious work. It suggests developing and applying your skills in a productive manner. You know what you want and how to go about achieving it. Be sincere and persevere, and your efforts will succeed. A business or project will prosper as a result of refining your craft or improving your processes. A new venture augurs success because you are training yourself, Taurus, intensively with a clear goal in mind. You are integrating old skills into a new form, or you are adding new skills. You've tried various means of making your living, and you are now finalizing how you want to use your personal resources to fulfill your needs and expand. Your sureness of purpose guarantees success, Taurus. Your craftsmanship will be rewarded by increased income, opportunity, and respect. This is a great card. It's an amazing card to have as root energy. That root energy is feeding into the fertile Empress, and I believe that this is building a complete powerhouse for you to move forward in a very productive manner. And now the card for the 5th day is the Death card. The Death card in a reading rarely foreshadows a physical death. What it means is the end or death of a cycle. Whenever a stage in one's life ends, there is a need for mourning. It is only the refusal to accept that something is ending, trying desperately to hold on to what is clearly over, that causes trouble. Employing cosmetic means to stave off the approach of age, for instance, is a useless effort to avoid the inevitable. What gives importance and meaning to this card is the current acceptance of the change that cannot be avoided. Thus, in essence, the ultimate message of the Death card is the promise that new life follows disintegration. Contrary to the grim illustrations, the Death card is actually positive, for it indicates a transformation for the better. It does not portend actual physical death. Usually the person is experiencing a metamorphosis of some sort, a destruction of the old, outworn circumstances that have been holding back new development. Patterns you once found workable are no longer effective, Taurus. The old ways must be destroyed to make room for the new that is coming into being. So I think that a lot of that productive energy that was feeding into the Empress, which was the root energy and helping the Empress be fertile, is now producing a situation where the old environment has to die. The root energy for day 5 is the Sun. When the Sun card appears, it is an indication that your past work is now bearing fruit, a concept that is symbolized by the child or children. Along with the Moon, it implies the union between the unconscious realm of creativity, Moon, and the conscious realm of manifestation, Sun. Whether the birth represented as a biological child or a creative project, the outcome is a happy one. It is a time when good things come into your life: success, optimism, achievement, health, general good fortune, and happiness. When the Sun turns up, it brightens any negative cards in the spread, no matter where the Sun appears in the spread. His influence is always beneficial, suggesting prosperity, enthusiasm, honors, public recognition, and attainment. You are happy to be alive because you feel it is the dawning of a new day. In the wake of the demise of the great Mother Goddess as the sole divinity, the Sun, which represents the masculine principle, came to be worshipped as the central deity in many cultures. Generally considered a positive card, the Sun relates to energy, vitality, confidence, success, and good times. It signifies a time of new beginnings, of things going well, of accomplishment, success, and contentment. You feel cheerful and self-confident, full of life and vitality, ready to undertake new projects and make changes for the better. Whatever you are planning, you feel a great deal of enthusiasm for it and aren't worried about the outcome. You may be starting more than one project or upgrading something in your life, such as moving to a better paying, more satisfying job, remodeling your home, or moving to a sunnier climate. The appearance of the Sun in a reading can foreshadow a reward for your previous striving and suffering with a day at the beach. The Sun card can indicate you are going to take a wonderful vacation in the sun where you can relax and let go of your worries. So that energy is the root energy of the Death card, which is the 5th day. So that sun energy is helping to pour into the ending, which leads to a new beginning and a new environment. The card for day 6 is the Justice card. When the Justice card appears in a reading, it can indicate that an actual legal matter is pending or being considered. Whatever the situation, you must weigh many factors to make a reasoned and factual judgment of the matter at hand. The Justice card warns you to receive guidance from your inner self, not to rely solely on human advisors. Also, it cautions prudence and care, the need to deliberate calmly and carefully before taking action or concluding an outcome. If other people are involved, you would be wise to take their point of view into consideration, Taurus, for issues of fairness are paramount now. You can expect legal matters, if a part of the circumstances, to proceed smoothly, fairly, and in a dispassionate manner. Be confident that justice will prevail as a result of your own temperate behavior and rational thought, Taurus. Depending on what other cards appear in the spread, a third party could come to your aid and help you get the fair outcome you deserve. This card can also represent anyone involved with the legal profession: a lawyer, a judge, witnesses, law enforcement officers, and the like. Justice may describe a matter in which some sort of rectification is necessary, where wrongs must be righted in a spiritual or personal sense, regardless of whether any laws have been broken. This is a card of karma and suggests you are reaping what you have sown, Taurus. You are concerned with external circumstances, waiting for the right time to act. You may be seeking justice in personal or business affairs, or you may be involved with a lawsuit. In any case, Taurus, it is important to resolve the situation in a way that is fair to all participants. You must create a balance, not only of power, but also in terms of your emotional reactions to the situation at hand. This is a time for moderation in all things, for creating harmony to facilitate relationships. Your judgment is good at this time, and you are not swayed by personal considerations or bias. That's interesting, Taurus. So be prepared for day 6, because justice is going to be there. And the root energy for day 6, which is also the very next card in the major arcana, it is the Hanged Man. Many writers see the Hanged Man as a card of self-sacrifice and martyrdom, but others view this card as voluntary surrender to the process of achieving enlightenment. It may require giving up superficial pleasures and trivial activities in pursuit of a more spiritual way of life. The word sacrifice derives from the Latin sacrifice, which means to make sacred. Therefore, the Hanged Man may represent a sacred pursuit, When this card appears in a reading, depending on its position in the layout, the person has usually received a call to follow a less materialistic way of life. You are ready for whatever personal sacrifice is needed, or you are preparing to make such a gesture. You may need to pause momentarily and suspend ordinary activities to better realize where you are headed spiritually, Taurus. This card can indicate that a new commitment to the development of the inner self is demanded. You might need to spend time alone to reevaluate just what is and what is not important to you. It may be very difficult to let go of old patterns, but letting go is essential to your continued growth. You are suspended between the past and the future. A new direction for your life is in the making. It is a time for a new perspective. Look at things from a different angle to make necessary readjustments. You need to make a clean break with the past and concentrate on becoming spiritually attuned. Readjustment is needed, but the good news is there's no hurry. Take your time, Taurus. Make the right decisions about where you truly want to take your life at this time and for the long term. Pay attention to your inner development and be prepared to dance to a different drummer in the future. So that contemplative energy is the root energy of the Justice card. So make sure you take some time out on day 6 and meditate and ground yourself, because you're going to need to make, I would say, a decision. You're going to need to go through a process of justice and make sure you have a clear head for it. Now on day 7, you got the Ace of Cups reversed. This ace suggests a fountain of love or the Holy Grail. Other symbols such as doves, flowers, or water motifs may decorate this card. The ace represents a gift. In this case, a gift of love, of a personal or divine nature. And you got it reversed. So this ace indicates delays or disappointments in love. Sometimes a new beginning doesn't develop as hoped. Difficulties in getting a new relationship or creative effort off the ground could be indicated, or something you are trying to set in motion meets unforeseen and frustrating obstacles. Perhaps this is not the right time to start something new. So now the root energy for the 7th day is the 8 of Cups, which indicates a situation where the only solution is to turn your back on it and go into another direction. What's there either isn't working as expected or isn't all that important anymore. The 8 neatly stacked cups represent effort that was made in vain and now needs to be abandoned. You are wishing things might have been different, but knowing they aren't, you realize that you have to let go. It's time to cut your losses and get out of the situation that has failed despite your best efforts. Unfortunately, this usually refers to a relationship that has reached such a state of deterioration that the only solution is to walk away from it. So the energy, that's the root energy for the Ace of Cups reversed. So there could have been a love situation that you tried and were hoping to get that going, but it didn't work out. Sorry about that, Taurus. This is the way life is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And the root energy for the entire 7-day spread is the 5 of Cups, which signifies that you are brooding over past wrongs, losses, disappointments, or hurts. It symbolizes a state of mind that is dwelling on a painful past and refusing to look forward to a positive future. Your unhappiness is a result of your attitude, which you can change. This is a card of choice. You can continue to brood over what went wrong, or you can turn around and contemplate what can go right in the future. You don't have to be miserable unless you enjoy misery. So this be prepared, Taurus, for the 3rd week of November, because there could be some disappointments there. But I do believe that, just like in the 5 of Cups, although you did lose something with the spilled 3 cups in front of you, you still have 2 opportunities behind you. And if you can, try to go through some grief and then move on and turn around and see the opportunities you have that are behind you. So I just want to say I really appreciate you liking, sharing, subscribing. Please tell all your friends about my show. I also have a website, jazeoracle.com, as well as a Facebook and an Instagram. And on the Jaze Oracle website, there's a store link if you wanted to get a personal reading, which one of them includes an astrological chart. You could go to the store and order it. So once again, thank you, Taurus, for liking, subscribing, sharing, and please tell all your friends about my show. See you next time.